Is today the day that I'm going to pull a manga card? This is Socratic Rips, and let's do this. And before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And today we're going to be opening up a Japanese booster bundle of OP14. Yeah, like I said, will today be the day that I get a manga card? We will find out, right? I don't know, let me know down in the comments, what do y'all think about Japanese One Piece cards? Are you a fan of them? Do you buy them? Do you not? Personally, I enjoy them a lot. I think they're awesome. I have so many cards here. We'll just separate them. I have so many. I buy a lot of them, but one of the problems I do see is that it feels like vendors, when they're too afraid to buy or trade for these cards, just because they just seem like they tell me it's too much of a risk for them, which I get. I can see the risk and the risk reward, so they rather stay with English. But of the big cards, people are still gonna want the big cards, So I kind of go back and forth and be like, bro, come on. Yeah, because I had a guy, I forgot, it was like a Boa Hancock card. And I'm like, dude, this card's going to sell regardless. It's Boa. And the guy's like, I just don't buy them, And just kind of being a little brat about it. Like, dude, at least tell me why you don't want to buy them. Like, that's just my mindset. At least tell me why you don't buy them. But talked to a couple other vendor friends, and they're like, yeah, it's just simply people are just too afraid to get into hobby. Because you see, there's been a lot of a growth in One Piece vendors that are just there simply to make money. And I met a vendor who was trying to buy cards at 50%. And I was like, bro, you crazy. Nope. Yeah, and if you're wondering, I am not allowed to go to that person's table because, I caught him out. I caught him out for trying to cheat customers. Like, offering somebody 45%, 50% for a trade at a card show, no. That's kind of ridiculous to me. Like at least offer to 70%. And if you're just, and he was doing it on big cards too. I'm like, you think people are stupid to trade, to sell you a manga card? And they were doing it on English One Piece cards too, not Japanese just. Like, you guys really think people are that dumb? And it's kind of an insult. And so I talked to a couple other vendors, and they kind of called that person out for their behavior. And I don't know if he's still doing it. I just know I'm not allowed to go to their table anymore. Hey, but that's what happens. Sometimes people ain't gonna like what you have to say, and sometimes you just gotta say it in the most, in a kind of a professional, way. You don't have to say it in a trashy way. I didn't say it in a trashy way. I just called him straight out for his behavior. Like, I just thought that wasn't cool. I thought that was kind of trashy. And for people coming into the hobby and trying to sell and make a ton of money on One Piece, it's like, bro, you're not wanted here. Like, I'm sorry, people may not like that take, but if you're just here just to make money, you're not wanted here. Like, I'm kind of sick and tired of how people behave. All right, there we go. I got this card. I'll definitely put you there. I got the card in English. I think I pulled it twice, maybe 3 times actually. But I have a certain vendors I do go to that buy One Piece cards at a good price. Some, depending on the card, it range from like 75 to 80%, sometimes higher depending on the card, which I really appreciate that. Because they're pretty valued vendors into space. Yeah, if you come across scummy vendors, spread the word. Spread the word on the scumbags, right? I mean, is that messed up to spread the word on scumbag vendors? I don't think so. And they don't like it, they can either shape up or ship out. I mean, that's the only way you're going to hold people accountable, right? Is by calling out their bad behavior. And that doesn't mean you have to do it to their face, right? Spread the word. Tell people, like, dude, this vendor's trying to cheat people. They might get mad, but hey, who cares, right? Let them get mad. What are they gonna do? Not come to the show next time? Good. Beppel. There we go. I'll definitely take this card for my collection. Let me put a sleeve on you. That's a dope card. This will definitely go into my binder. So we got one hit so far. Let's see if we can add to this. Can we get another hit here? I need me some more hits. Yeah. I felt like OP14, especially on the English side, man, I didn't get a lot of good hits. I didn't get anything like crazy, even over like $50, to be honest with you guys. So it was kind of shocking to me, like, even, you know, to not get major hits or anything like that. Where I think even like EBO3, I was able to get some good hits. The heroin set, that was a pretty sweet set. I know EBO4 and OP15. Yeah, I have not. I haven't opened enough. I got like a couple good cards in there so far, but I haven't been able to find a booster box for a good price. And so kind of struggling to find product on that end, but hopefully I can, you know, find some and at least open one booster box. That'd be pretty sweet. Oops, pulling too many cards. There we go. We got a nice Nami here. I'll definitely take it. Put you there, Nami. Don't know, man. A chance I'm gonna pull this manga that I want is kind of, you know, kind of dissipating. All right, we got a Jinbei. I'll definitely take that Jinbei. Nice places in my binder. Whew. I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure I paid like $70 for this. I bought this like maybe 2-3 months, maybe 2.5 months ago, and it's just been sitting in my bin. Kind of low-key, kind of forgot about it. With the Pokemon Ascended Heroes coming out, I was like, yeah, I just have not been paying attention to it. But let's see what we can get here, y'all. We have 3 more packs left. Will the magic happen in here? Will I pull a dope card? Definitely starting with that Beppo. Toshigi. Oh, come on. Actually, I have 3 more packs now. You know, counting's not my specialty, guys. I only know how to count money. That's why I'm an English teacher, because math ain't my thing. Not too bad so far. 2 more packs. Can we get one more hit? Alright, last pack magic. Here we go, y'all. Last pack magic. Can we do it? Can we get an awesome hit? There we go. Last pack magic right here. This is a fire card. Wow. Dude, this is a dope card. I think there's nothing behind it. Yeah, nothing behind it. The texture. I don't know if you can see the texture. Wow. Yeah, the texture. Looking at it off camera from here, I can see the texture, how good that looks. Sheesh. That's a winner right there. Wow. Yeah, let me know that, guys. Like, what do you think of this card? Do you think this is a card? Did it save the booster box for me? Let me know down in the comments. But also let me know, you know, are you able to still find English OP cards, like One Piece cards? You know, if not, are you okay opening up Japanese cards, or do you kind of prefer to stay away from those? Personally, I'm going to keep buying Japanese cards when I can, you know, especially if they're a good price. But ultimately, like, I will pick up the English if there's a good price over the Japanese. But that's just me. But I will never shy away from buying these because the qualities are as awesome as well. With that said, guys, make sure to like, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. This is Socratic Rips, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.